So today we're going to look at an arrangement I did for Brian Courtney Wilson. And this arrangement is really paying homage to a gentleman who I looked up to very much, didn't know him personally. A gentleman by the name of Ralph Carmichael. Ralph Carmichael was one of the greatest orchestrators, arrangers, music businessmen, worshipers, Christian music pioneers of our time. And he actually worked with Nat King Cole early on in his career. He is the orchestrator for what we now know as the Christmas song. So I had the opportunity to arrange the Christmas song for Brian Courtney Wilson and Motown. I'm just going to let you listen to the mock-up I did. I will, however, allow you at some point to hear the live string version of this, but this is just the mock-up, and this is me paying homage to one of my great string arranging heroes, Ralph Carmichael. Check this out. So, generally when you're arranging strings, you're basing your arrangement off of 4-part writing. Okay? We call it, for short, we could say part writing. But it's the same type of compositional approach that we use for voicing choirs. So you got soprano, alto, tenor, bass, right? 4-part writing. Okay, so with strings, the quartet of a string ensemble is violin 1, violin 2, viola, and cello. Now we can add in bass, which is double bass. Double bass means you're playing the same thing the cellos are playing, but the lower bass string instrument is playing those notes an octave under. But it's still based on 4-part harmony. This is a classic string arrangement, meaning I'm really doing more things around 4 parts. Okay, 4 parts is more classical style string arranging. I know this is not the classical genre of music, but this is more of a classical approach to voicing the chords. So let's do it. So see, it's more of a call and response, okay? You see that? So the cellos are just giving us those pedal tones, okay? They're playing the notes we need to hear to know what key we're in and what is going on harmonically. Cellos are just giving us the harmonic, foundation. Now, the violins are playing the melody at the top, right? That's the quickest way to learn how to voice chords, is to figure out what individual instruments are going to be doing, okay? If I already know I want the cello just to play the foundational pedal tones, I've already got 1 of 4 notes figured out because I know the cellos are playing the bottom foundation. Now, violin 1s are going to be playing the melody in this case. I now got that worked out. Though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, right? So I know the violin 1s are playing the top note. So now what am I really figuring out? I have to figure out what are those 2 inner notes going to do. And if you study hymn writing, classical choral writing, you'll notice that a lot of times the sweet stuff is happening in the inner voices with those altos and tenors, when you come to talk about choral music. But with strings, violin 2 and violas are doing the sweet stuff. So let's see what's going on. So see what I did? So I have the violin 2s and violas coming together, dun, 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 and meeting each other, and then dun, 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 right? So they came together first, right? They were coming in together, and then they went out from each other, and then came back in. So see all of this motion going on. You see this? You see the shape of that? The shape of your MIDI should literally tell you the story of what's going on with each instrument. What I see, if I didn't even hear this music, if I hadn't even heard these MIDI notes, I would know that these 2 inner notes are together and they're speaking, they're trying to communicate something. What I'm communicating in this arrangement is that the violin 2s and violas are doing the response of the violin 1s in this intro. So the violin 1s start off the melody, though it's been said, right? But the violin 2s and violas are answering or responding to what the violin 1s are doing. Check it out again. Now you see, I got a little fancy. I added in a 5th note. There's nothing wrong with having a 5-note chord. There's nothing wrong with 5-note chords. But this is what you have to know about 5-note chords. They should have a purpose behind them. There's an intentionality behind putting that 5th note in there, because I want to make the harmonic progression more interesting, and I wanted you to hear that a 5th note is there. So see what's happening before. Uh-oh. You hear that? That dissonance? I wanted that to stand out. Before that, everything is so nice and just, so breezy, and I'm just doing some nice, lovely, beautiful, lush strings. Right? See, the color change. When that fifth note came in there, it's very intentional because you can hear the colors of the harmony started changing. That's one of the biggest pieces to voicing strings you have to understand. What color am I bringing into this moment? Okay, if I was kind of in more of a fall, orange yellowish color, and we were kind of just hanging out and just this lush, beautiful, just lay back on the grass and let the leaves fall in your face. But then when you shift over, when I change gears with that fifth note, and that's saying, okay, it's not just the autumn anymore, right? Now we're shifting into the winter. Now we're in Christmas time. Christmas is a little bit more, it starts getting cold outside. You got to put on a coat. It gets a little bit more frosty. So you can hear that. Listen to it. See, voicings are all about whatever color you're trying to portray within a song. What moments are you trying to build? What do you want people to feel in those moments? Okay, so look, if this information was helpful for you in your journey for string arranging, if string arranging is something you actually take seriously and you want to get better at it, this type of information is going to be offered, and we're going to go more in depth. We're going to just dig in our course that's coming up this upcoming Thursday, November 18th. It's called The Harmonic Language of Strings. I want you to click on the link below. I want you to sign up for it. If you enjoyed this information, we have a whole lot more for you. Hope to see you in the class, The Harmonic Language of Strings.